Monsoon.
And Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's a Thursday night, and we're here on Prime Time Wrestling once again, bringing you the greatest professional athletes in the world today, the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation, and tremendous lineup once again this week. Bobby the Brain.
That's right. You also have one of the members of my family, the king of professional wrestling, Harley Race. Handsome Harley.
You don't want to not say handsome.
Get to that. What are you so serious about?
Well, you know, I feel kind of guilty. I'm doing this particular prime time show. I'm having such a good time. It seems most of it to be at your expense, and I feel rather guilty about that.
Well, you should feel guilty.
Well,
I come on here week in and week out and try to be a nice guy. All I want to do is
You are a nice guy.
I know I'm a nice guy. I'm a very nice man. I want to make a couple phone calls.
Liberace have a garage sale or something?
No, I own this. What time do you have to have that back?
4 o'clock.
Well, you're running late.
We've got some tremendous matches lined up. Of course, our feature, the Hart Foundation, against the fantastic Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond. They've come a long way since invading the World Wrestling Federation, and they can do it in and outside the ring. We saw some interesting footage just not too long ago on their exploits in the St. Lawrence Seaway, and that's a dangerous thing to be doing stuff like that.
It certainly is, but they should have been doing it. They should have been water skiing with cement skis on. That's what I'd have put the Rougeaus in.
That's because you're afraid of them, and your men are afraid of them.
The Batman.
Incidentally, I was in Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens just the other night, and you owe another $15,000. The Super Machine just did a big number and slammed your unslammable Big John Stud.
The check's in the mail.
We're going to go to our first match direct from Madison Square Garden. Billy Jack Haynes and Mr. Orton. Let's go to the ring.
Another 15.
His opponent is now managed by the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. From Kansas City, weighing 248 pounds, the Ace Cowboy Bob Orton.
Ace Cowboy Bob Orton, I believe this is the first time that I've ever seen him come out under the tutelage of the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Alfred.
Absolutely. And look at the get-up of the Mouth of the South. I've never seen such a peculiar array of, what could you call?
Must have been a rummage sale somewhere.
Yes, a garage sale, definitely.
He don't have $35 worth of stuff on, including his watch.
No. You know, I saw Bob Orton before these matches, and he had that pink cowboy hat on, and I said, you surely didn't walk through New York City wearing a pink cowboy hat, did you? He said, why not? I said, well, there's some hard-case people here in New York. He said, yes, but none as hard-case as I, and I'm inclined to believe that.
He may be right.
Yes, I think he had a point.
The mechanic, I like to call him, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton. He can do it all, but he's in there with a rough cookie. And Billy Jack Haynes, master of the full Nelson, and really making waves here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yes, astounding. He's really taken the world of the WWF by storm. One or two people did predict a rapid rise for him in the ranks of the WWF. Certainly I didn't, and I've been rather surprised, and very pleasantly rather surprised by his record as to date.
Well, the story on him was that he was invited here to the World Wrestling Federation over a year and a half ago. Refused to come. He said he wasn't ready.
Yes, very sensible.
Very, very smart young man.
Yes.
Now he feels he is ready, because this is where the best is. This is where the greatest wrestling talent in the world is, right here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yes. He came, I believe he was a spectator at several of the promotions. He saw some of those fantastic wrestlers that we have in the WWF, and as you say, he went back into the gymnasium again.
Beautiful action.
Oh.
Look at this hip lock, no reversal as Orton goes over. You won't see that too often. Drop kick, and the Ace goes staggering right into the top turnbuckle. Oh, excuse me.
Wow. Woo. Oh.
Oh, head first.
Oh.
Right into the arms of the Mouth of the South.
That air pressure move that Haynes made on the ears of Ace Orton there can make your head spin, and he obviously lost all sense of where he was, because he went head first, downwards, backwards, and upside down out of the ring.
The Ace wants to regroup here.
It'll take some time after that. But he really is a professional. He knows what to do, how to do it. He took his time. He's still down on his knees, taking his time, getting it all back together again.
Well, he's broken the momentum here, Alfred.
Yes, he has.
Billy Jack had it all going his way, and Orton did the smart thing. Nice arm drag. Head scissors counter by Billy Jack.
Good move, but I have a feeling that Ace Orton rather expected that, and he's hoping to lay there and gather himself even a little more. A lot of pressure on his head there. He has tremendously strong legs, Billy Jack Haynes.
He's strong everywhere.
Yes.
Orton kicking, trying to reach that bottom rope, I'm sure. Flailing away to no avail as Billy Jack just tightens up a little bit more.
Yes, expended a lot of energy there. And I don't think he really did expect that head scissors to be quite so painful, because he seemed to accept that particular hold on himself, and he thought, I'll ride this out until I get myself back into shape physically and mentally.
Right now, the ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, not faring too well here in Madison Square Garden. Turning this hold to his advantage right now. Oh, planted that knee right on the nose.
Yes, that was a nice move by Ace Orton.
Oh, very high-risk move as Billy Jack was gone out of there. Look out, atomic drop coming up. Oh, a beauty.
That was just exceptionally bad judgment by Orton then. I would have thought better of him than that, because Haynes wasn't stunned or anything. He just lay there and waited for Orton to come for him, and then at the last moment moved. Bad judgment by Orton.
Well, when things started out the way they did at the beginning of this match, it sort of takes your game plan and throws it out the window. But Orton asking for timeout, right? There is no timeout in professional wrestling. But Orton, I don't know, the consummate wrestler in my book, this one a long way from being over.
Yes, yes, really. Look at our man on Hart there. Got him. He's obviously very rattled, Hart.
Well, things aren't going too well as he makes his debut here with this new man, the Ace.
Yes.
It's not his debut. We've seen him many, many times. His first time, to my knowledge, with the Cowboy.
Yes. Orton's thinking his way through this match right now because he's been hurt.
Now to the south with Jimmy Hart. Some plans gone awry here. Ace not looking too well.
Oh, he's looking great. Hey, this is our strategy, baby. We're going to let Billy Jack try to get confidence on everything. That's what we're going to do. Build him up, and then we're going to swoop it right out from under him. Don't you worry about us, baby. Don't worry about the Hart Foundation and Ace, Daddy.
Well, very confident, was he not?
He was. Do you think he honestly believes that? I mean, himself?
Well, I'll tell you, you couldn't ask for three better guys to have in your stable. Ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, the Hart Foundation.
Hart Foundation.
Look at this. Power move here by Orton as he gets up with his head scissors still applied. Look at this, spinning around with it. Airplane spin by the Cowboy. Billy Jack getting dizzy, both getting dizzy. Look at Orton. He wants to do something, but he's too dizzy. He doesn't know which end is up. Everything's going around.
Well, that was a really super move by Orton, but unable to execute the final part of that move.
This is a big right hand. Billy Jack counters with one of his own and another. And the big guy from Portland doing a number. Oh. Wow. Could be all over here. 2 count now.
Did the Ace ever lay a trap for Haynes then?
Set him up.
Oh, set him up beautifully. Set him up beautifully. Unfortunately for Orton, and fortunately for Haynes, he managed to avert that.
Mouth of the South going bananas here at ringside with that horrid megaphone of his. Several of those have been destroyed, and several more will be, should he get within range.
It must be quite expensive to keep having those things destroyed.
Oh, look at this.
I think Orton's fed up with trying to get this the wrestling way. I think he's going to try and blast his man. Just brutal and savage attacks.
Well, he can do that with the best of them. Measuring him here right between the eyes.
I think he's going to discover that Haynes has got a lot more resiliency than he thinks. I don't think he's going to win the match this way. Do you agree?
He's not going to wear the big guy down, I don't think. No.
In fact, I think he's going to provoke him more.
Using the fingernails right now. Key for Orton in this match is to go to work on a part of the body, a specific part of the body of Billy Jack. Try to weaken him that way.
the Ace has been considerably rattled by Haynes here.
Look at Orton now taking his time, going up to the top rope. Could be a big splash from here. Oh, came right down on the knees of Billy Jack, who was playing a little possum of his own right there.
He definitely did. If Orton set a trap for him before, Haynes has set a better trap. Look at this, what a setup.
Capacity crowd just erupted here. Oh, there's a clothesline in return.
Great clothesline by Haynes. Orton says, please, give me another chance.
For mercy, you won't find any inside there. Look out. And now the tables are turned as Billy Jack with a high-risk move here. Oh, 3/4 of the way across the ring. Could be all over here. 2 count. No.
There's still a lot of power in that frame, that athletic frame of Ace Orton yet.
Stopped him with an eye right there. Sends him in. Put his head down. He can't do that. For Nelson. Right in the center of the ring. He's got him right in the center of the mouth of the South, jumping up and down. He is furious. Orton caught very close to the ropes, though. He might make it. If he doesn't, it's over.
One of the arm. He's going to try the other, I think.
He made a foot. He got a foot underneath that bottom rope with a little bit of help from the mouth of the South.
There was definitely help there by Hart. Orton was really caught there. Beautiful.
Oh, he's hurting right now.
He is. He managed to get close to the ropes, and Hart put the finishing touch there.
Those cervical neck vertebrae.
Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Come on, baby. Come on.
His head's got to be throbbing. Oh, that won't help either. Oh, look at that tremendous knee. Right out of nowhere. Desperation move on the part of Orton. Sends a big lumberjack down.
And Ace unable to follow that up because he's still feeling what happened to him, the effects of that.
Come on, Bobby. Come on.
Out to the South, encouraging his man. Look at this. Oh, handful of tights. Give me a break.
Well, that was so blatant. But everybody saw it. I just refuse to believe that.
I don't believe it. The referee did not see that.
I'd like to see where the referee's head was. If we can have a replay of that after we hear of the victor.
Let's get the official word.
Your winner, Cowboy Bob Orton.
Wow. Mouth of the South directly responsible for Billy Jack losing that match. Did you see that?
Well, first of all, pal, I am not Judge Wapner, and I'm not here to be judge and jury to anybody.
I just asked you if you saw it. You saw what went down.
I saw him.
You
at
saw
ringside
how
with
Billy
the
Jack
megaphone.
had the ability to put the full Nelson on Orton, just about have him put away, turned him loose, instead of going for the cover, distracted by the
No, I don't
idiot
think,
at
I didn't see
ringside
it that
with the
way. I saw he reached with his foot for the bottom rope, and his foot was there, and he made it to the ropes.
That's what you saw.
So these people saw.
Well, I'll tell you what. Orton was a force to be reckoned with a long time ago, but now he's with the Mouth of the South. Who knows what's going to happen? As always, wrestling fans, the tag team action here in the World Wrestling Federation, hot and heavy. Everyone wants a title currently held by the British Bulldogs. And, of course, the Moondogs, no exception to that. But they're on a sort of downhill trend here, Bobby, aren't they?
The Bulldogs?
Yeah. No, the Moondogs.
Oh, well, you look at one month, you've seen them all. That's how I look at things.
No, I'm talking about the Moondogs. They've not been too successful. And whether they can get by the Islanders
Never have been.
remains to be seen. So let's go down to ringside right now as this tremendous tag comes up.
Speaking of the Islanders,
Hailing from parts unknown at a total combined weight of 577 pounds, Rex Spot the Moondogs. Their opponents will be making their way towards the ring momentarily from the beautiful South Pacific at a total combined weight of 511 pounds, Haku and Toma, the Islanders.
Oh, here they come down the runway here, Tama and Haku. They are exciting out there.
They really are. And isn't it astounding how quickly they've gelled together as a team? Because, I mean, they've only been together, what, 2 months now?
Oh, it's the same Samoan blood flowing through the veins.
Well, I think having known each other for a long time, I think that really helps, don't you?
Plus, I think that Tama has a lot of confidence because he realizes that he's got a guy like Haku who he can sort of just depend on.
Yes, and I think one of their assets, this team, is that neither man is selfish. They'll get in, they'll do the damage, but then they'll tag their partner in, which is sometimes something other teams forget to do.
Oh, no question about that. If you don't have that kind of continuity and you don't have that kind of trust, there isn't very far you can go in tag team wrestling.
Absolutely true, but we've seen them before. We've seen tag teams where each one of the partners struggle to have that crowning glory of winning the match, and sometimes they've thrown it all away.
Well, there are glory hounds in every professional sport, Alfred, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that professional wrestling has not escaped that.
No, no. And what about the Moondogs? Do you think there's a glory hound there? Talking about
Well,
hounds
yeah,
and dogs?
absolutely. There's definitely more than one hound in that team. I can't for the life of me understand how they can come out here and be announced as from parts unknown. You know,
They must come from somewhere, mustn't they?
From somewhere.
If it's crops or somewhere.
Bell's gone. We're underway. Another capacity crowd on hand here. Madison Square Garden, of course, the mecca for all professional sports. And the World Wrestling Federation bringing you the greatest professional athletes in the world today, the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation. And this is just a small sampling of what's yet to come.
And isn't this incredible? This is an opening bout. The Moondogs against Haku and Tama. And anywhere else, I would say this would be a main event by itself.
No question. In any major arena in the entire wrestling world.
Yes.
Very colorful outfits worn by the Islanders. Look at the speed and agility. We were young like that once, Alfred. Being able to
I don't think I ever was.
bounce around the ring like that.
What an exciting combo these Islanders are. Come to that, so are the Moondogs. I would say that, in my opinion here this evening, the Moondogs do have the edge. I would favor them to win this match.
No question, experience-wise, former tag team champions, former world tag team champions, Moondogs.
All right, they have the strength, they have the speed.
Look
Although
out.
you might not think it. Boom, look
Oh,
at that.
nice shoulder
The
block
speed,
down
look at
in
the
front,
speed.
quickly over the top. Watch out. Nice leapfrog. And a backward leapfrog. Takes perfect timing to do that. There's the tag. Uh-oh, a little extracurricular tag team. Look at this.
Wow.
Hip lock right over on top of Spotty. This one could be over early. 2 count, no. I don't envy the referee in this one, Alfred.
No, already things are absolutely
Look out,
boiling.
Moondogs crash together and wisely leave the premises.
My goodness, this has started faster than any match I've seen for ages and ages. And the Islanders are completely dominating. Well, they'll have to do that for the whole of this bout because these are rugged individuals, these Moondogs.
I've seen them take so much punishment and come back and defeat a team.
Yes, they are so resilient.
Just when you think they're down and out and about out of gas and out of shape, and they somehow come back and beat you.
Yeah, they do. They have a very, very enviable record in the world of professional wrestling. And obviously they're seeking to enhance that this evening.
Another slingshot in, shoulder block
Good.
by Big Rex. Sends Haku down.
Wow.
Oh, leapfrog by the big
A little
guy.
hesitation there by Rex.
Walked right into that one.
He did. He hesitated for one moment, couldn't make his mind up, and look what's happened.
Caught him right in the schnozola. Look out. Irish whip. Reversal. Put his head down. Can't do that. Sunset flip. Legs hooked, but no, couldn't get the big guy.
Too much power in that big body at the moment to pin him like that.
Well, that Rex has got to be in there at around 310, 315. Yes. He hasn't missed too many meals lately.
He's a huge man, very agile for his size too, extremely agile. As I was saying at the beginning of this match, they have all the assets except one, and that's maybe the, what is your expression, nobody at home, or the lights out, or
The
something?
lights are on, but nobody there.
That's it, yes.
Oh, look at this. Oh, he didn't do his homework. Haku loves that. He'll take that all night. Now that surprises me, Alfred. A team that's well established with the credentials that the Moondogs have and not do their homework before a match with guys like this.
You know, strange enough, I don't think they do any homework at all, these two. They work out
Whoa.
like hard, like mad in the gymnasium, very hard. They have fantastic physical strength and conditioning, but they don't do their homework. You're right about that, they don't. Maybe they don't think it's necessary.
Well, it'll cost you if you don't. There's a tag made as Spotty steps in. Now the speed on both teams is inside the ring. Look at this arm wringer. He's really wringing it out. Tama having a good time. Big smile on his face.
Yes, he really is. He's put on a lot of weight since I last saw him, too.
Uh-oh, look out. Double slingshot. Spotty in for the ride. Whoa. Reverse knife edge on both sides. He's wishing he was somewhere else.
Yes.
Maybe in parts unknown, doing something else.
Maybe that's where he wants to be, in parts unknown.
Down for the cover, 2 count only as the left arm came out of there in a hurry.
They've certainly been performing moves unknown because they haven't done anything so far. The Moondogs, I'm really surprised.
Moondogs seem to be very sluggish for some reason.
They are this evening, and it's not for lack of attempting to do something. They've just not been able to execute.
Maybe they got gravy train instead of Alpo or something. Oh, nice block. Haku unloading with some martial arts right between the eyes. Drives the big guy back into the corner. Another quick tag made. That's about a half a dozen already.
Really. Boy, these the Islanders, they're showing a lot of enthusiasm here. They really want to win this, their first match here as a team in Madison Square Gardens. And obviously, it looks that they're well on their way to this. And what an upset that would be if they could beat the Moondogs.
Certainly be a big feather in their cap. Of course, the tag team action is so hot and heavy right now here in the World Wrestling Federation.
It's never been this good.
Leapfrog. Oh, look at that beautiful move by Spotty. Just tugged down on that top rope. As Hama came over close to it and went right over the top, down under the concrete, and he's hurt.
Great move by Spot, and it showed a little of the inexperience, in a way, of Tama. Because instead of trying to get away from that side of the ring, I know he was stunned and hurt as he went out the ring, but he should have tried to crawl away from that position where Spot was on his corner.
Well, while the referee was distracted by Haku coming in, Spotty did a number on Tama down on the floor there, rammed him into the steel barricade.
Absolutely. In the meantime, Rex is trying to get the referee's attraction by taunting Haku in the corner, but he hasn't succeeded because this referee, he has now, look at this.
Right now, Islanders in a bit of trouble, but Moondogs don't look to me like former champions, Bobby. What do they look like to you?
Well, like you said, they look like they're sluggish. Of course, there's 5 guys in the ring. That's an IQ of 50, 40%, 40 points that goes to the ref. We'll be back. Figure that out. And you take the mental capacity of them and you figure out if there's an average
Bobby,
of 50.
half the people out there don't understand where you're at because we were in a break when you went on with this whole lengthy dissertation. I gave you time and you just...
I knew that.
Let's go back to the match, wrestling fans.
Give me the
on him for sure. Some beautiful camera work here by our handheld camera. Number 5.
They certainly picked that particular piece of deceit up.
Well, Haku got around there in a hurry, and that's a very wise thing to do. The referee can't count him out, Alfred, for going around there. He's not the legal man inside the ring, so that's where he should be, over there looking after his partner. And now Tama's in the wrong part of town right now.
Really, and now the pendulum has swung completely in favor of the Moondogs.
Oh, clothesline. What a number he did on him right on the top rope. But no, he didn't. He went for the cover, but he's too close to the ropes. Haku comes in and makes the save anyway.
Yes, he made sure of that. He made absolute sure of that.
But look at this.
Once again.
Spotty going to work on him again as the referee being distracted here. As Haku and Rex having a verbal confrontation. In the meantime, the youngster on the concrete again.
They've really got their hands full with these two, Moondog and Rex. They're old campaigners. They know how to use the ring, how to use the referee, or I should say, how to abuse the referee. And this is the result.
Two devious individuals.
Absolutely. Now look at this. I think he's going to come in the hard way.
Suplex from the outside. High vertical job, holds him up there a long time. Oh, well executed.
Ha! So beautifully done by Rex.
Over for the cover, look out. Haku comes in again with a karate kick right to the back of the neck. I believe this one was over had he not done that.
Yes, definitely. Haku, a very experienced wrestler, of course. He knows where the danger is coming from and averted it just saying, look at this.
Sunset flip. Can he reach the arms? Legs are down there. 2 count only. Wow, he got planted with a calf right between the eyes.
Really.
But actually, Spotty never made a tag. Oh, look at that clothesline.
The strength of the Moondogs is absolutely amazing because the first 5 minutes of this contest,
2 count.
yes, they absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment.
Now they figure it's their turn.
Yes, but you wouldn't figure they had by looking at them, would you? They seem pretty fresh to me.
It's amazing how you can train the human body to take physical punishment.
Yes, and I don't think they know what punishment is, these 2 Moondogs. They certainly seem to be oblivious to it.
Well, Spotty got a funny look in his eye as Tama fighting now to come out from underneath. That right hand up in the air, giving a signal that he's all right.
And this fantastic crowd here warming to the youngster from the islands.
2 elbows right in the lower abdomen. Look out, off the rope. Spotty down quickly in front, over the top. Oh, what a shot with a knee right in the sternum. There was no tag made there either.
No, but do they know they're wrestling, these Moondogs? They've got a referee here they can bamboozle, and they're doing it every time. And I guess that's how you become a winning combination.
Get away with as much as you can, I guess, is
yes.
the secret of the Moondogs. Oh, power slam!
Oh, so well done.
Could be all over here. Oh, no! Rex going for the big splash. Down again, 2 count, and Haku makes the save.
And he did make the save there because Tama was down and out. Now he's digging deep.
Uh-oh, the youngster's fired up, got that adrenaline flowing in his body. He still needs to get over here and make a tag to his partner. Thumb right in the eye. I don't care how big and bad you are, that'll stop you dead in your tracks.
It'll do it every time. Absolutely. Gosh, these Moondogs, they're showing me something tonight that they haven't shown me for some time. They started out so sluggish, they warmed up, and now look at them.
Front face lock, trying to get over to make the tag. Look at Spotty comes in to distract the referee. The referee did not see the tag. Oh, putting Haku out. 42 false tags were made on the other side. Never saw any of them. Let everybody stay in.
Absolutely. They've abused this referee's authority and got away with it too.
Very close to being counted out right there. Tama in deep trouble here in the Garden.
Absolutely. The 2 Moondogs are trying to keep the inexperienced partner of the Islanders in there with them. That may prove their undoing because on the outside, Haku is getting fresher and fresher, and he's gaining with every moment that passes.
Well, they're certainly taking advantage of the inexperienced referee as well. He's waiting patiently, or maybe not so patiently, but with a vendetta look in his eye.
Yes, he's containing himself.
Oh, he didn't do his homework either.
So you can hurt the Moondogs after all.
Tama shaking his head. Still moving forward. Oh, look at this. Inverted atomic drop. Yes, he got him. Oh, shot to Haku, who's waiting there on the apron to come in.
Like
Here he comes. Look at this now. Double team action by the Moondogs. Double clothesline. Yes, could be all over right here. Nobody to make the cover.
And Tama right on the back of his head then. He didn't have the energy or the strength to lift his head as he went down to protect himself.
Moondogs let a golden opportunity go by there and never even attempted to make a cover. I believe they might have beaten the youngster right there, Alfred.
I think they would, but do they know what to do, these Moondogs? They really astound me. One moment their brilliance is absolutely unbelievable. The next minute their stupidity shows like a flashing beacon.
Well, consistency is what counts in professional sports. And look out, Rex off the side. Oh, came right down on the knees and ankles and feet of Tama, who's now trying to get over to make the tag. Rex in a whole lot of trouble. He's going for his corner. He made it. Haku's in a house of fire. Karate chops and kicks. Exploding. Double naga-naga. Whammo.
Oh! And is he fired up? Woo!
He is on fire for sure. Look out. Rex in for the ride. Clothesline caught him right along the ear.
Tremendous clothesline. That was right to the temple, as you say, just above the ear. And look at Haku.
Rex is reeling hard into the corner. Oh, right out into an elbow. Could be all over here. 1, 2 count. No. Spotty made the save.
And he's incurred the wrath there of Haku. A foot well placed to the solar plexus.
Look out.
Of Spotty. Both men down.
Moondogs crash together.
And I think round about this time, Haku's enjoying himself.
Look at this.
Wow.
Tama up on the top turnbuckle. Tag already made. Oh, what a leap. Good night.
Oh,
It's all over.
I'd love to see that again. What height the youngster had. Woo. He's a flying islander, that's for sure.
Some 15 feet high in the air, coming down right on the sternum of Rex. Let's get the official word.
The winners of this bout, Haku and Tama, the Islanders.
Islanders with the most impressive victory here in Madison Square Garden. Let's go back if we can and take a look at that tremendous leap by Tama off the top. Look at the height.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
Woo!
What an unbelievable individual. Kind of makes me glad I'm retired when I see youngsters doing leaps like that, but I predict great things to come for the Islanders here in the World Wrestling Federation.
I predict someday he's going to leap off that top rope and land in a different building.
That's possible. That's possible. Let's bring the wrestling fans up to date, Bobby. Handsome Harley, looking
king.
for a crack at the championship. Benedict Arnold.
I don't understand who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Orndorff, looking for a
Mr.
crack
Wonderful.
at the title. Bundy and Studd, looking for a crack at the tag team championship. Why isn't any of your men looking for a crack at the Intercontinental title? Is everyone afraid of Savage?
Well, nobody that I manage is afraid of anybody.
It doesn't appear that way
I
to
understand
me.
that Randy Savage is so committed. He has so many commitments. It's hard to get a date on him.
We're going to go and interview right now.
You used to call me a
with
liar?
Ken Resnick. Let's go to the special interview.
Thank you very much, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm certainly both you gentlemen would be in agreement with me when I say that ever since Classy Freddie Blassie sold half his contractual interest in Nikolai Volkov, the Iron Sheik, and of course Hercules Hernandez, it seems that Volkov and Sheik have just been on a roll here in the World Wrestling Federation. And evidently, as you call yourself the Doctor of Style, Doctor, you have had a great deal of influence on Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, both in and out of the ring.
You better believe it, brother. You had better believe it. Never truer words have been spoken, because ever since I've made my arrival into the World Wrestling Federation, believe you me, my presence has been felt, Killer Ken. Let me tell you something. When I decided that I wanted to invest my money into wrestling talent, I looked for the very best talent I can find. And what greater talent can you find other than Hercules Hernandez, Nikolai Volkov, and the former World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, the mighty Iron Sheik?
Iron Sheik, as I said, I don't know if it's possible, but ever since Slick entered into the picture, it seems you and Nikolai Volkov and Hercules Hernandez have become more aggressive in the ring.
You're absolutely right, because this man is an intelligent black man in America. That's because we respect him to come to our family, our team, Nicola, myself. Since that, we have a lot of respect for them, because Fred Blassie recently is very busy. And then we are here to prove it to all American, Nicola Volkov, myself, and a Slick. We are #1 in the United States. Sooner or later, we're going to get our belt back again. We're going to be champion again. We are ready than ever, because good manager, very important for us. Cameraman, look at that body next to Hulk Hogan body, and next to Steamboat body, next to anybody, corporate producer, anybody. Look at me. Iran #1, Russia #1.
We'll be right back.
Wrestling fans, last week we viewed the literal destruction of one Rowdy Piper, and you saw what Ace and Morocco did to him. Almost maimed him, tried to maim him, tried to put him out of commission completely forever, but they didn't succeed, did
Well,
they?
he tried to embarrass him. He tried to make a complete fool out of them.
He did a pretty good job of it, too. It doesn't take too much to do it to those two individuals.
He was
I'll tell you
carried out,
that.
not them.
Well, we'll see in the long run who's going to get carried out. Right now, let's go to a special piece of tape.
It's going to take a hell of a lot more. It's going to take a hell of a lot more than that if they want shop. If they think that those sons of can keep me down like this, they're wrong. Goodbye, flower shop. Goodbye. It's gonna take. You'll be seeing me again.
Wow.
Like a child throwing a tantrum.
5 words said it all. The war has just begun. You imagine the vendetta now that's going to go on between Roddy Piper, Cowboy Ace Orton, the magnificent one, Don Morocco, and that little stooge, mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Well, let's put it this way.
Surprised you didn't get involved.
I have nothing to get involved in. I don't stick my nose in other people's business. He comes out here with a baseball bat, acts like a spoiled little brat. You notice Morocco wasn't around. Orton certainly wasn't around. Jimmy Hart wasn't around. Now he comes out.
Good thing for them.
I mean, good thing for him. They'd have taken that baseball bat away from him. They'd have inserted it probably in an area where you'd never see the bat again.
Please.
And Roddy Piper would now be playing the bagpipes with a higher pitched voice. If he thinks he's going to come out there with a ball bat and act like a little child and throw a tantrum, you're batting in the wrong league,
The knee
pal.
injury is only temporary. Rowdy will be back, and so will we.
Doubt it.
Piper to lay there like a dead piece of meat. We're
I've
back,
had up
wrestling.
to here with
I
Roddy
guess you
Piper.
have. You just better hope that he doesn't decide to do a number on some of the guys in your state's family.
This is a family.
Well, you don't like me to say stable. That's where they all belong, including the handsome Harley Race. Wrestling fans, newcomer to the World Wrestling Federation, Steve Regal, making his debut. We're going to join this match in progress as he takes on one Jose Luis Rivera. We'll see if the youngster has the right qualifications to be here. Let's go to the ring.
And since I last saw Steve Regal, he's definitely showing the signs of wear on his face as well. He's been hit a few times, worked over a few times, and that takes its toll too.
You can always tell about a man's career by looking at his face.
I think you can, definitely. They've been able to wear down his defense and get through to him.
Fighting for position on this standing wrist lock. Regal goes to a handful of hair, takes Jose Luis back over. That's almost a chokehold.
Yes.
It's almost underneath the chin there. Referee wouldn't know it anyway.
No, well, he was asking.
It seems like I'm on the referee's case. I am.
Yeah. And then he was asking Regal, did you pull his hair? What is Regal going to say? Obviously, he's going to say, no, I wasn't.
Jose gets out. Nice shoulder block. Regal up quickly and catches him with an elbow, coming full speed ahead.
Jose Luis ran right into that. I'm really surprised.
Jose earlier on talking with him in the dressing room, suplexed by Regal. Was telling me that he's hoping to team up with Pedro Morales in a number of matches.
That would be a very exciting combination. Right now he's not faring too well against young Steve Regal, but Rivera has a lot of experience, and with him and Pedro, I think that would be a nice combination.
Certainly would be. The youth and speed and agility of Jose Luis Rivera, and of course the tremendous win record and background of Mr. Everything in the World Wrestling Federation, Pedro Morales.
Yes. And I think it could be instrumental in giving Rivera that little bit of confidence
He needs
and
it.
that he needs, yes.
He definitely needs it.
He doesn't really have a killer instinct, does he?
Nope, definitely
And
not.
Pedro could certainly give him
Oh,
that.
yeah, Pedro doesn't have any trouble with that. He's got that in abundance.
Yes.
Just as we say that, Jose unleashes, puts his head down and gets caught. You can't do that, my friend. Cannot throw a man into the ropes and put your head down.
Not right away. You've got to trick him a little bit. You've got to use a little guile.
Backbreaker, fairly well executed by Mr. Electricity, but, well, Jose had his leg over the rope and decided that wasn't good enough. With this referee, I don't blame him.
No,
He kicked out anyway.
Yes, don't take anything for granted here.
Absolutely not.
That was a nicely executed backbreaker by Steve Regal. I'm surprised it didn't do more damage to Rivera. Rivera has slowed down though considerably, so I suppose the body attack of Regal is getting to him now.
Amazing what Madison Square Garden can do to you. If you think you're in great shape, you come out here and you find out after 3 minutes you feel like you've been in the ring for 2 hours.
Yes, absolutely.
Garden will do a nice takeover.
It will do. It's an awesome place.
But Rivera in no shape to retaliate after the nice counter move. And Mr. Electricity is as he tries to plant Rivera right in the center of the ring here in the Garden.
And these Garden crowds, they know their wrestling. They really know their wrestling.
Can't put anything over on them.
You can't indeed. They can tell a wrestler by the moment he steps in the ring how he is, whether he knows if he belongs there, if he's uncomfortable there. And if you are a little bit uncomfortable, they'll certainly help that a lot.
Clothesline catches Rivera right in the forehead, over for the cover. Rivera looking for the rope with the leg, realizing he was a long way away, decides to kick out right at the 2 count. Steve Regal wraps him up again. Ducks underneath that clothesline. Look out. Oh, and it's Regal this time who puts the head down. And did he come down hard on the kidney? Yes.
He did. And Rivera seems to be a little bit low on gas there. Although he's ducked down for something here, he's sharpened himself up a little bit more.
Drop kick by Rivera. Nice one. Catches the youngster. Over for the cover. 2 count now.
Did you see how he mentioned to the referee, or motioned to the referee, come and count him?
Rivera still on the offensive here. Regal hard.
Oh,
big
nice.
backdrop. Rivera's got something going for himself now.
He has. He's managed to get that momentum in his favor. A little adrenaline flowing there. Snatch that leg. Didn't.
A little premature with that cover. Shoulder block sends Regal down once again. Regal drops down in front. Rivera over the top. Oh! Belly to belly, gut wrench, suplex, hooks the leg. Good night. Just like that.
When it was needed, Regal had it, and I guess that's what you can say about this match. He was there when it was necessary.
Impressive debut by Steve Regal. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal.
Well, let's go back in time, if we can, to the video replay and take a look at Mr. Electricity as he applies that belly-to-belly gut-wrench suplex.
Absolutely. Regal dropped just in time then. Look, snaps it on. Nice balance. Really a professionally executed move there. Snatched the leg way up and had him hooked all the way. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Madison Square Garden, Bobby, can do strange things, individuals, whether they're new in the world of professional wrestling or ring veterans, because Mr. Electricity didn't show me an awful lot of voltage.
Well, he got his hand raised.
Yeah, he got his hand
won the
raised.
match.
He won the match.
Maybe you didn't
I
deserve
saw
a whole
that.
lot of voltage at that particular evening.
No, I didn't. I thought that at any point in time, Rivera could have won that match.
But he didn't.
No, he didn't.
That's all you have. That's the bottom line.
No,
That
he didn't.
is the bottom line. When you get
Boy,
your
you're
hand raised.
Very observant today.
Well, first of all, I'm out here. I'm the host of the show, and you ask me questions, and I'm here to give my analysis of things.
Expert analysis.
Yes, thank you. I was just going to say that. And what do you do all the time? You put me down, you make fun of me, you don't let me answer the questions properly, so I may never speak again.
Is that a promise or a threat? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Bobby the Brain Heenan decided to go silent on us. For how long, no one really knows, not even Bobby the Brain Heenan. We'll be right back after this. We're back, wrestling fans, and many guys take in Madison Square Garden matches that will either improve their career, hopefully But Special Delivery Jones has been around the World Wrestling Federation for quite some time, and he's going in there against Mr. X this week, and it should prove to be an interesting match, and it could be detrimental to both their careers depending on the outcome of the match. Don't you? He's not speaking, so we won't even bother to ask him for any of his. The fountain of misinformation is closed temporarily. As we join in progress, let's go to ringside. Don't turn around.
From one side of the ring to the other.
Let's talk about this.
And now Jones is just stalking. Take that.
Oh, he's trying to take the mask off. Didn't get too far with it. Mr. X scrambling out of there.
SD Jones really had a good attempt to take that mask off. He was almost successful.
I'd like to see what lurks under there.
Well, he's got dark-colored hair. I can see that.
Well, that means absolutely nothing, Albert.
He's got a few spots on his back. But as I said before, I don't think I would know him even if he didn't take his mask off.
Very well put together. Obviously spends a lot of time in the gymnasium.
Yes, very athletic wrestler. And I would say, looking at his body, he's quite young.
You don't get that way by accident.
No.
I expect him to be moving a lot quicker, though, Alfred. He's got to use his speed if he wants to get by Jones.
Yes, because Jones is a powerhouse type wrestler. He's got a very, very strong upper body. And he'll fool you too with his turn of speed. He can be quite deceitful. Very, very light on his feet, quick with his leg movements.
SD hard into the corner. Mr. X not too quick to follow it up. There's another mistake.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Those all add up in a hurry.
I was just about to say Mr. X has taken this match away from SD Jones. Then he made that error. And if SD Jones is not careful, Mr. X will take this match away from Jones.
Snapmare, SD taking over.
Jones is slow here at the moment, very slow.
Looks like he weighs 800 pounds, Alfred. That's the way he's moving around in that ring. Oh, the mask about to come off again.
And another rake of the eyes. Stop that particular maneuver, and Mr. X is looking quite powerful now.
Yes, he is.
He's taken control of this bout.
Coming on with a vengeance.
And SG Jones better get on his horse, otherwise he's going to find himself in trouble.
Blocked by Jones in a right hand.
Ooh, that was a powerful hand.
And another one spins Mr. X around. Can't trade blows with him, Mr. X. He'll lose.
Second blow brought him to his knees.
Got one arm hooked up in there. Now's the time you want to take the mask off. Now's the time to go get it. Well, Mr. X got out of that predicament. Only temporarily, though.
Now Jones is showing some expertise here. I think he's being distracted too much by that mask, though. It got him into trouble before. Leave it alone. Concentrate on beating your man. And he can do it. Mr. X in considerable trouble in that corner now. And the pendulum has gone in the direction.
Oh, neck snap. Nicely executed by Special Delivery Jones. If he wants to beat him, he can beat him right now.
This is his chance, his opportunity. He's waiting around again, being a little cavalier in his attitude towards Mr. X.
Referee said, come on, don't do that. He said, all right. Very nonchalant.
Really nonchalant.
You fool around with a guy like Mr. X, and you go home with the short end of the money.
Absolutely, and he's really complacent. SD, I don't know if he thinks he's so vastly superior that he can win it at half speed, but he won't if he doesn't liven himself up.
Irish whip into the corner. S follows him right in, but Mr. X too quick for that. He was out of there, but in no shape to retaliate.
No, but here comes that particular warning you were issuing just then, Gorilla. He could be going home with the smaller purse, the loser's purse, and that isn't a great deal of money, even though this is Madison Square Gardens.
Absolutely not. Of course, a lot of these contracts, I don't know about the one for this particular match, but I know that a lot of these wrestlers sign these contracts winner take all.
Yes, that's true. They do.
So
that's
you could go home with 0 and 0.
Absolutely. You can definitely come out on the losing end there.
Well, you walk in the door, Mama said, what'd you bring me? You know, you're all beat up. Your eye is blown up out of shape. Your nose is twisted around the side of your face, and you got no bread in your pocket either.
I must say that happened to me a few times.
Leads you direct to divorce court.
Is that what happened to me?
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that for you. SD following up here on the miss by Mr. X.
Easily picks him up. Just drops him though. Didn't
slam him. He just turned him loose.
Just dropped him. Once again, I think SD Jones being a little nonchalant.
Look at this. Headbutt.
Better move. Better move.
Curtains.
Well, Jones did that quite nonchalantly and got away with it.
Certainly took his time.
He did. He won't be that lucky every time.
Absolutely not. Let's get the official word.
Here is your winner, SD Special Delivery Jones.
Special Delivery Jones, Hart fought, I don't know, maybe he was a little bit out of condition, Alfred.
Well, he took it in a most cavalier manner, and he was lucky, I think. Very lucky, unfortunately.
Let's go back and take a look at what did put him away. The headbutt, finally, off the second turnbuckle on the inside, right between the eyes of Mr. X. And SD Jones, lucky to end up with this one in the win column.
Absolutely.
Nice victory for SD Jones here on Primetime Wrestling. And taking a vow of silence, Bobby the Brain Heenan vows to remain speechless throughout the rest of this week's program. However, coming up, Tito Santana, the former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, tremendous matchup against handsome Harley Race, the king. I understand, I have it on very reliable information that handsome Harley, along with the fashion plate Fred Blassie, went to one of the second-rate theaters off Broadway and invaded the props department and literally stole that cape and that crown that he's been wearing.
Stole what cape and what
What
crown?
happened to the silence? What do you...
You did this purposely now. He didn't. Harley Race has never stole a thing in his life. Harley Race is the king of wrestling. That crown and that cape was made for me to give to Harley Race to present him as king. I'm going to talk, and I'm not going to quit talking right now. Don't start switching cameras on me here right now. I'm going to start telling you why he's the king of professional wrestling. Not only did I crown him the king of professional wrestling, I'm the one that... Harley Race has never stolen a thing in his life. Harley Race is an honorable man. Freddie Blassie, as far as I know, Freddie Blassie's an honorable man.
Freddie Blassie's a cheapskate.
Well, that's your opinion, not mine. The only reason
And
you
a thief, too.
Well, see, you're going to be sued for that, pal.
Well,
the only
maybe I
reason you
am.
made me say this at all is you wanted me to talk.
You're
you were
dreaming.
losing the grip of the show.
You're
it was
dreaming.
going down. You wanted me to help the ratings out again. I'm tired of bailing
Tito
you out,
Santana,
Monsoon. Every
former
time you make a
Intercontinental
mistake, I got to help
Heavyweight
you. Every time
getting
you...
it on in Madison
No, we're
Square
not
Garden
turning around
with
for
light
nothing.
fingers.
We're gonna sit here and I'm
Let's
gonna
go to the
finish
ring.
it.
In the ring to my right, from Tocula, Mexico, weighing 244 pounds, Tito Santana. And his opponent,
Well, here he comes down the corridor, about to enter the sight of the fans here in the Garden.
by his manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, from Kansas City, Missouri, weighing
Hail to the king.
250 pounds.
It may be a short-lived reign.
Wrestling, handsome Harley Race.
Well, earlier on in an interview, he said he expected all the fans here in the Garden to, when he made his entry, genuflect.
I heard that word. You said genuflect, not him. I don't think he's capable of such mastery of the English language.
Highly unlikely that anyone has hit their knees since he come out here. Does he not have a scepter, Alfred?
No scepter, no orb. His gown and his crown are extremely impressive. Has he got the performance to match it against a wrestler of the caliber of the man who is in the ring facing him, Tito Santana?
Well, he certainly has some very impressive credentials. No one denying that fact. But handsome? Give me a break. Look at that kisser.
He certainly is a powerfully made man. A lot of top body strength, obviously. not built for speed the same way Santana is, but obviously he has trained himself to work strength maneuvers, and I believe he is definitely a master of what you could call a prolonged suplex.
Absolutely, that crucifix.
Yes. And he can hold you there with power, and if you can do that, it's a very, very damaging suplex indeed.
Look out. Handsome in for the ride, down quickly Santana, up over the top, beautiful drop kick. Catches Harley coming in, full speed ahead. Big slam, and he drove him down into the canvas. Arm drag takes the King over.
3 tremendous maneuvers there by Santana. He put those moves together very, very nicely, expertly timed. All the grace and all the balance and all the speed of a champion. Although at this moment he doesn't hold that particular belt.
Bobby the Brain Heenan at ringside here with us with a few choice words, Bobby.
Well, I haven't come over especially to talk to you. I just want to watch your monitor and make sure you're doing a correct job, because you're watching something that the people should be enthralled about. You are watching the King.
Let me ask you this, Brain, now that I have you here. Is it true, in fact, that during the coronation you dropped to your knees and actually kissed the hand of Harley Race?
No, I put my forehead to his hand in a token of how much I respect the man's ability. Now.
Not faring well right now as Tito Santana unloading with a big slam and another beautiful arm drag.
Okay, Tito Santana is very quick, very early. But you watch the King wear him down. You know, the next time I'll come into an arena with the King, we're going to make one little demand. We'd like everybody to get out of their seats and get down on one knee and kneel. I don't think that's out of line.
He made that demand on an interview I had with him earlier on this evening.
Right, well, obviously the people weren't watching what we said, or they'd be doing it.
There weren't too many genuflex going on.
Were you doing it?
Crowd. Definitely not.
You will be. Are you doing
not.
it?
No, definitely. But could I ask you, Bobby, ask you a question? We're watching your man here, the King of Wrestling, Harley Race. What can we expect to look for if he hopes to win this match?
Chant going on.
What'd you say?
I said, what can we expect to look for if the King of Wrestling hopes, and it's a small hope, to win this match? What maneuvers does the King have?
Well, he not only works on one arm or 2 arms or 1 leg or 2 legs or a neck or a back, he works all over. He works you up and down. He works every part of your body until you wish you'd never been in the ring with him.
Reversal by Santana, and the King is out over the top rope, and there goes the Brain.
A most evasive answer.
What a fountain of misinformation that was.
Yes, really. In other words, I was going to say he's not really the master of any particular hold, is he?
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, but I think Race here is laying a little bit of a trap for Santana, because he didn't go out with quite as hard. He didn't hit that concrete quite as hard as
feet first.
he should have done. Yeah,
Suckered Santana over close to the ropes, dragged him out, and now rams Tito into the steel railing surrounding our ringside area. And the action's gone to the floor here in Madison Square Garden in this tremendous matchup between handsome Harley Race and Tito Santana. Wow, headbutt.
Just as you said, Gorilla, Harley Race came out feet first. He didn't take that tremendous hit on the concrete floor, and he really did sucker Santana out there, and Santana fell hook, line, and sinker for that move.
Bobby the Brain Heenan quite concerned as what's going on here in Madison Square Garden as the King could get crowned here, literally, Alfred.
What about when you ask him if he kissed the hand of Harley Race? He didn't want to say he did he?
He said no. He said, look, certainly appeared that way to me. Tito having trouble getting it all together. You might get to your feet, Tito, and take a hike for yourself.
Yes.
As the chant goes out Weasel by this tremendous crowd here in Madison Square Garden.
I think one fact we must look at here is that Harley Race, apart from being a very aggressive and brutal type wrestler, is also an extremely experienced wrestler, and yet even so there, he came unstuck on that particular move.
Well, one slight miscalculation there, and the handsome one had his head rammed into the steel post, and now Santana unloading with a vengeance. The Brain coming around, Santana rolls back inside to stop the count, or they both would have been counted out.
Yes, that was highly possible right there, and the referee was up to a 7 or an 8 count there before Santana heard him but with his speed, he managed to get back in the ring and avert that particular decision.
The handsome one getting some help from his manager to get back into the ring, and Santana waiting for him with open arms. Look out. Oh. Awesome maneuver, just knocked him, did a 360 in midair over the top rope and kiss her down. Oh, he just stopped the fingers of Bobby the Brain Heenan, who left him hanging around the apron.
He's very quick, Santana. He doesn't miss anything. He's got good peripheral vision and saw that hand on the ring apron and just crushed it.
Harley stopped Tito dead in his tracks with a headbutt right into the lower abdomen area. Santana feeling it.
Yes.
Uh-oh, look out.
Harley Race can use his head in more ways than one.
Suplex coming up, got Tito up, couldn't hold him up there. Santana now with the leverage, and he gets the king over.
Oh, superb effort.
Look at the Brain, he's really bent out of shape. He may be saying a few Hail Marys over there in the corner.
Yes, he may be saying a few choice words that we shouldn't hear as well.
Santana over, makes the cover, referee down, 2 count. Hand was up for 3, but nowhere near coming down.
That was a great effort by Santana. Oh. And now, unfortunately, he's just wasted any advantage he had by missing that particular move.
Look at the Brain screaming at the king. He's one of his subjects. Is he supposed to be screaming at him like that? I doubt it.
I don't know, but that was a left-hander by Harley Race there, so obviously his strength lies in that left arm.
Suplex, perhaps coming up, belly to belly. Yes, well executed by the handsome one. Down for 2 count. Whoa, that was close.
Whoa,
that arm was on a downward motion to the 3 count.
And I tell you, now you've got to watch this because Harley Race uses that suplex from the other side. He's a southpaw, and that's very, very confusing.
Oh, look at that awesome knee right between the eyes of Tito Santana. That'll miss.
Like that if he was here right now, I
what
guarantee
a
that not soon.
tremendous matchup in Madison. You know, I don't care what they say about Harley, whether he steals things or has a cape or doesn't. The guy can wrestle. You got to give credit where credit is due. I give him credit. Guy's a tremendous, tremendous
That
professional
is his
athlete.
crown and his cape.
We'll be back to the conclusion
Did you steal
in just
that
a
suit?
moment.
You don't know who he is. That's handsome
Right
Harley.
in
He's
the
the
middle
king
of this
professional
tremendous matchup from Madison
gonna
Square.
shut me up.
Boy, imagine when he gets wound up, there is no stopping him.
All I ask is for a little class. All I ask is for you to treat him with the respect.
Let's
I
go
want
back
you
to
down
the
on
match.
one knee now.
Let's go back
okay,
to
you
the
people
ringside.
out there, watch the rest of this match on one knee. Now.
Somewhere in Mexico.
Absolutely. Now, Santana's got to figure out a way to work his moves against Harley Race.
2 count again. Whoa!
Wow, so close again.
Oh, the Brain screaming at the referee, Dick Kroll. And Kroll says, I'll do the referee, you do the managing.
As I was saying, Gorilla, he's got to work his counters against Harley Race, who's left-handed all the way.
Side headlock. Both men crash together, and the King goes over the top, down to the concrete here in the Garden. And Santana face first down into the ring, and the Brain over there immediately. Having a few choice words with some of our ringsiders.
And that time, Harley Race, when he went out the ring, did crash heavily into the concrete.
He didn't come down feet first that time.
No, he didn't that time.
Came down crown first.
And look at Brain, he's really worried about his man's condition now.
Headbutt, one of Harley's favorite moves, drives Santana back in. Now, to me, that's unfair, Alfred, to have a manager who can go around and literally pick you up off the concrete and get you back on your feet and halfway back into the ring.
Well, it is unfair, but I think it's illegal as well, is it not?
Harley with a high-risk move here, going up, looking around at the ringsiders. He got caught by Santana. We're going to have a power slam, yes. Oh, a beauty. The King is down.
And he is really down. Oh, wonderful move there by Santana.
Santana now, perhaps we'll see that figure 4. Yes, look out. Heenan's up on the apron. As Race managed to get out of there before he had the hold complete. And here goes Tito again. And Harley up on the apron once more. Look at that, distracting the referee. Come on, ref, get him out of there. Or disqualify him for being up there, one of the two.
And during that time, of course, Harley Race managed to rake the eyes of Santana and stop a submission hold being applied to himself.
Pile driver coming up. Oh,
Oh, coldly calculated and expertly executed as well.
That may be all she wrote here for Tito Santana.
It could possibly be that a finishing touch coming by Harley Race.
Big headbutt coming up. Oh, he waited too long.
Just a split second too long, and Santana avoided and averted once again a very, very obvious defeat.
Panicking, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Handsome Harley almost knocked himself out. Santana with the right hand, not a whole lot behind it. Nice block of the left and a block of the right. Use me.
A lot more behind that one, and definitely a lot more behind that. 3 consecutive right-handers, and each one stronger than the other.
The King is in trouble.
And Santana piling on the pressure now. He senses he may have Harley in trouble. In fact, he does have Harley in trouble, and he's taken every advantage.
Whip hard into the corner. Look out, sleeper hold, yes. Right in the center of the ring.
Got him.
Tito Santana looking for a victory here with a sleeper, and the King is in deep trouble.
And the Brain is really worried about this one, because this is one of Santana's expert finishing moves. He'll finish him off. He'll finish it. Harley's going.
Got him right in the center of the ring, squeezing for all he's worth. The color is disappearing from the face of the King. Handsome Harley Race.
It's the King on his knees.
The Brain doesn't know what to do.
The King is right down now on his knees.
Oh, look at that. Desperation shot, a low blow by the King.
And the King got away with that as well. And quite honestly,
never saw it, Alfred.
He didn't see it, and quite honestly, it was the only way he could get out of that dilemma, because he was finished right there and then.
The sound was deafening here in the Garden as Tito Santana was ready to put away the King, and the worried look on the face of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
He's
giving some kind of a signal there.
Yes, it was a signal exalting his man to do something. Another left-hander. You've got to work out the defense against this left-handed attack.
Forearm uppercut, but the blood still sort of trapped in the head of Handsome Harley Race.
Back suplex.
Atomic drop.
Atomic drop.
Oh, Santana countered it. Spun around. He got his knee down there. And there's one for the King.
Oh, beautiful counter there.
Over for the cover. Too close to the ropes. The Brain quick to point out to the referee that the foot was in the ropes.
Exceptionally quick. And well, he might be, because his man is in trouble again. A nice counter, a nice reverse, and Harley Race is in trouble again. 2 right-handers to the forehead.
Santana wraps him up now. Irish whip in. Look out. Former champion put his head down and caught one right on the right shoulder.
A heavy boot. Those big feet of Race came into play there.
Oh, there's another one of those devastating knees.
Precise knee drop. And when I say precise, he hammers the right place.
Race now going to the outside. Once again, he was not successful before, but he is this time on the top now.
Caught his leg.
Santana out of there again, and the King could be knocked out.
The King caught his left foot in the top rope. And that was a very grave mistake.
Santana going for the figure 4. Bobby the Brain Heenan up on the apron. Look at this. Heenan going into his tights. Santana's got a hold up. Watch out from behind. Harley Race with a reverse sunset. Shoulder down. Oh, come on.
Well, his left shoulder was down, but I think for an instant, his right shoulder was up. In any case, Harley Race should have been disqualified, because Heenan was up on the apron going for a foreign object.
Obviously, should have been a disqualification here.
But the referee has counted him out, and I think he's going to make it stand.
Let's find out. Oh, Santana not satisfied. The action goes to the floor here in the Garden.
Oh, look at Santana. He's a man beside himself with rage and temper.
Look at the Brain running for his life. Santana's got the King back in the ring, but now he escapes out the law. Come on, referee.
The referee holding Santana back, and I don't know why. He's telling Santana it's all over. And I think this may be the most fortuitous win that Harley Race will ever gain, if it is a win.
Santana robbed here.
Maybe. Let us hear.
The King of Wrestling, Handsome Harley Race.
handsome Harley Race getting the decision here, getting the pin count by the referee. Let's go back and take a look at some of the action that went down here. Bobby the Brain was up on the apron, reaching in his tights.
And
Santana saw it. Now watch this. Shoulders are in fact down. Right one is up on the 1 count. And now it goes down on the 2 count.
Referee looking at the left shoulder.
Referee never one time looked at that right shoulder that was not down on the canvas on the 1st count on that 3 count. But nevertheless, the Brain should have been disqualified. Harley Race should have been disqualified for outside interference. Fans here in the Garden really bent out of shape, but not as bent out of shape as that man right there.
Wow.
It figures if there was a miscarriage of justice, you'd be right in the middle of it.
That's called the I shoulda match.
I should have, huh?
They said the referee should have done this. Tito should have done this. Tito should have stayed home is what he should have done, and he wouldn't be in the loss column.
If you'd have stayed in the locker room, that match might have had a different result.
Had nothing to do with it.
You were absolutely devastating in your responsibility for the outcome of that match.
Did I enter that ring?
You jumped up on the apron.
Did I touch
you
a
had
man?
your hand
Did I touch
thrust down into your tights. What
I
were you
was
doing?
pulling up my under tights is what I was doing.
Please.
What happens between me and my under tights is my business.
I've seen you come out with things out of your tights that were not your under tights, that were foreign objects that you used or had your men use.
I don't care what you say. That's the past.
That's what I saw.
That's your past. That's the past.
That's the past. This
Yes.
is the new.
Let's talk about now
This
that
is the
king.
new.
That king.
Right now, wrestling fans, a special interview with Jesse the Body Ventura and the world's champion.
Yeah, Hogan.
This is Jesse the Body Ventura with the current, and I use the term loosely, heavyweight champion of the world. You know, Hulk Hogan, a lot of people throughout the world think that Paul Orndorff is truly the real American. Yeah, and I bet you think you got a full head of hair and a big pair of arms, dude, but standing next to me, you look like a weeping willow tree, little man. All I got to say about Paul Orndorff, brother, is you're not a real American like you say you are. And I'm not afraid of any small chains artists like you. Because to get to the top, man, you gotta be big time. You gotta dedicate your life to training, saying your prayers, eating your vitamins, something you don't know nothing about, man. And you also gotta dedicate your life to those people, brother, because you gotta have something behind you more than just a mere mortal man. Paul Orndorff, you're gonna be judged, brother. No electric chair, no gas chamber. Judge, jury, executioner. Hulkamania, ultimate sentence.
We're back, wrestling fans. You know, I noticed during that match in the Garden, Bobby, every time you screamed King, King, a couple of mongrels were wandering around the ringside area.
Couple dogs?
Yeah, real dogs.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't give them tickets and they wouldn't show up.
Well,
I said king, I'm talking about a Harley Race. I'm not calling a bunch of
time
mutts.
for feature here this week on Prime Time Wrestling. Our featured tag team matchup, great significance. The Hart Foundation against the Rougeaus. Jacques and Raymond looking for a crack at the title.
Introduce them.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's go to the ring.
First, to my right, the team that is managed by the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Here is the Hart Foundation from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 235 pounds, Bret Hitman Hart. And from Reno, Nevada, at 280 pounds, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Their opponents from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, at a total combined weight of 472 pounds, Jacques Raymond, the Rougeau brothers.
Talk about your tremendous tag team combinations, two of the best anywhere in the world, right here in Madison Square Garden. Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers. Looking at them right now, referee Dick Kroll checking them out against the Hart Foundation. This might be considered an elimination match for the title, Albert.
Yes, you know, we were talking about important matches a little while ago, Gorilla. Now, I think that this is probably the most important match in tag team combinations so far of 1986, because whoever is the winner of this match is definitely destined for a crack at the World Championship. The Rougeaus are without blemish. Their record is intact. The Harts have been very lucky to win some of their matches, but but they've also been very, very impressive in winning some of their matches. And tonight they clash head on.
It's going to be excitement personified. You can bet on it. Oh, look at this. The Anvil wants to start. He was screaming at Hart. Let me start, please.
Yes, he wants to get in there.
The Hitman said, "Are you sure?" He said, yes.
Mind you, Anvil and Brett, they are psychological experts, you could say, at confusing their opposition.
The Anvil starting out with a heavy artillery right off the bat against Ramon, and Ramon retaliates immediately. Irish whip in, look out. Reverse knife edge, stops the big guy dead in his tracks. There's the quick tag of the Rougeau brothers. Jacques in there now. Look out. Oh, beauty.
Whoa, they have
Here comes a Hitman, double drop kick for him.
Yeah.
And the ring has been cleared.
Oh, goodness. Oh, they are here to establish themselves and just knock the living daylights out of the Harts and make sure that they are the ones who are recognized as the logical contenders for that coveted championship belt.
Referee will have one heck of a time controlling this foursome, I'll tell you that right now.
Really? Oh, these Montreal youngsters are on fire.
Screaming at the Anvil, get me in, I want in right now.
Yes.
I'm sure the Anvil would be more than happy to oblige.
They've smashed somebody's lunar spectacles just there.
These are the Hitman's spectacles. A little bit bent out of shape.
My goodness.
As he is as well.
Yeah. I think they're those very expensive types as well, aren't they?
$1.98, the Ray-Ban lookalikes. I'll tell you what, though, he has certainly come a long way since entering the World Wrestling Federation.
You know, one of the astounding things, these Rougeau brothers have two more brothers somewhere lurking around. What a force, the Rougeau family.
Did you happen to see that footage of them on the St. Lawrence Seaway Alfred Waters?
Yes, I did.
It just impressed me to no end.
Yes, me too.
Made me envious.
Really, and these youngsters, I mean, they don't mind risking at all, do they? They were just zipping that boat underneath that huge freighter in the St. Lawrence Seaway and missing it by inches.
Well, I'm sure they think that is a lot easier than dealing with the Hart Foundation. Forward roll into a backward roll. Nice counter to an arm wringer. Steps right over. Oh, tremendous. Back flip over the side and a drop kick. Sends a Hitman down.
Oh, classical move there by young Jacques. Jacques showing the Hart Foundation the way it's all done. Oh, that was just unbelievable. What a lesson for other wrestlers watching this. Timing was perfect, balance was perfect, execution was even more than perfect.
Hart Foundation a little bit befuddled here.
Yes, looking at each other, my goodness, what was that they said? Raymond in the ring now.
Side headlock by
Brett.
Ramon. On the Hitman. He won't stay in this long. He doesn't like side headlocks. Shoulder block. Wow, and a beauty sends him down. Hitman down in front quickly over the top. Ramon, look out. Scooped him up, but right over the top once more. Hitman holds on to the top rope. Nice backward roll into another drop kick. And the Hitman out of there once more. Holy mackerel.
The whole of this auditorium are up on their feet, just cheering these young Frenchmen. And what an impression they're making on everybody, me included.
Hitman was halfway back to the dressing room, and the Hart Foundation trying to regroup here.
And they're going to have to, because these young Rougeau boys, they mean business. And I mean business with a capital B or a W for wrestling. They're giving them a lesson personified.
Slowly crawling back in underneath the bottom rope.
Yes, a little reluctant.
And he wants out.
Yes.
Anvil comes in. Jacques steps in.
Now then, let's see if Anvil can get this thing.
Oh, there goes the ringlet.
Up for the Hart.
Former professional football star, now wrestler, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Side headlock by Jacques. Handful of tights, gets rid of him in a hurry. Shoulder block didn't knock anybody down.
No. And I've got to think that Anvil is a far better wrestler than he was a football player, even though he played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Said professional football wasn't rough enough.
He likes it rough. He really does.
He wanted something without all those pads on.
Yes. Well, he thrives on punishment. He's like some other wrestlers we know. Doesn't really get going until he's been hurt, like Greg Valentine and a few like him.
Jock trying it again, and again it doesn't phase the Anvil.
Older brother coming along the ropes there to give him a little advice. Something in French he was shouting to him. A little whisper between the two.
You think that the Hitman gave some kind of verbal advice as Jacques was over by him? Do you think those were words of encouragement? Uh-oh, the Anvil now. Oh, beautiful leapfrog. Look out, scoop slam. He caught the big guy. Boston Crab, perhaps, if he can get him over. Yes. Oh, here comes Hitman.
Oh, my word. That was really a super move by Jacques, but I don't think he could have held that big fellow in that Boston Crab. Do you think so?
The Hitman didn't think that way.
No, he didn't.
He wasn't taking any chances.
No, he wasn't leaving anything to chance there. You're absolutely
He said the door is open. I'm going in there.
Yes, and now that
here comes
look
that
at this
double
move.
team effort. Oh, beautiful elbow.
Brilliant.
Could be all over here. 1-2 count. Whoa. 2.5 as the Hitman questioning Dick Kroll about the count.
Yes, he was a little bit slow there, according to Bret Hart. I think he was right on the money myself. It was a 2.5 count. It definitely wasn't a 3.
Tables have turned here quickly in Madison Square Garden as the Hitman and the Anvil start to go to work on Jacques Rougeau, who's out on the concrete here in the Garden. Got the place to be. The Anvil right out there to meet him. Scoop slam up.
Oh, my word. This is really a bad situation for the Rougeau brothers, because once the Harts get on top of you, they don't give you any chance at all. They keep on top of you all the time.
Raymond comes around. Rougeau brothers in trouble in Madison Square Garden as they try to figure out the moves of the Hart Foundation, who really don't have to take a backseat to anybody in tag team competition, even against guys like Studd and Bundy. I think that the Hart Foundation could hold their own, or the Rougeaus could hold their own. No? The brain says no. Obviously, his vocabulary is dwindled down to one-word answers. We'll be back in a moment.
This is the disgrace right here.
You got it right on the right page. It says backstabber right there.
I wanted to bring that to
Benedict
somebody's
Arnold.
attention with the World Wrestling Federation. There's an article here in the October-November edition. And look what it says here. Let's get the right cameras on this. Come on, director. Earn your money. Backstabber, it says here. I'm not talking about the code ad here on this side.
The only thing that's wrong with it doesn't say Benedict Arnold. Let's go back to ringside. This
I'd like to
tremendous
go
tag
into this
team
a little
match.
more.
Well, go ahead.
Comes director
Quickly to protect
out
his
there.
brother. Listen to that horrid megaphone.
Yes. And look at Bret Hart in the meantime. As I said before, they don't give you a chance. Oh, look at that.
Ramming the lower back area right into the apron.
Slammed him in hard, and Jacques is really hurt now down on the floor. His brother is there trying to console him more than help him back in. And I'm surprised because the referee is putting a count, or at least he was, on Jacques. He is counting him here.
He's putting the count on Raymond. Why on earth would he be doing that,
I don't
Alfred?
understand that.
Raymond is not the legal guy inside the ring. That's all the referee needs to concern himself about. Look at the Anvil says, look how helpful I am. I'm going to put the guy back in the ring.
Yeah.
Right into the waiting open arms of the Hitman.
The Foundation will continue working over Jacques now, and they won't let him escape. They're going to stay on him and wear him down and hope to pin him.
Look at this guy running around like a crazy man. Side headlock now by the Hitman. Jacques gets rid of him. Leapfrog. Right back. Oh, reverse monkey flip.
Tremendous move by young Jacques Rougeau there. He monkey flipped him 10 feet in the air.
Hitman almost landing in the lap of Jimmy Hart.
Look at that, Anvil on him extremely quickly, holding him in that sort of half Nelson and just pressing him down. As I say, they're going to wear him down and wear him down. They know they can't pin him yet.
Like a 300-pound cat, the Anvil.
Isn't he though?
Front face lock, trying to control Jacques Rougeau from getting back into the corner to tag brother Raymond. Hitman comes in and distracts the referee, and also planted on one on Raymond, and here comes Raymond. Oh, look at this now.
And the Hitman's ploy has worked because they've completely distracted the referee, and they've got Ramon Rougeau a little bent out of shape too. He can't stand what's happening to his brother.
Well, I don't blame him. But it only adds insult to injury when that happens, Alfred.
Really?
Irish whip now by the Anvil. Oh, duck underneath by Jacques. Oh, did you see that leg? That belonged to the Hitman.
That did indeed, and I can only say right now the Hart Foundation are showing superior teamwork. They may be bending the rules, but they're achieving their purpose, and that is to become the best tag team in the world.
Look at this now, the Anvil suckering the referee back. Dick Kroll, I thought Hitman would make a move over there.
I feel that Bret Hart, the Hitman, thinks they've got this sewn up, and I believe they have.
Jock in a whole lot of trouble, Irish whip in. Oh, on the second turnbuckle, nobody there. Nice offensive maneuver, but the Anvil was ready for it.
You know something, Gorilla? I think that Jack's bent out of shape mentally because he's trying high-risk moves, and he shouldn't be because he's not in a physical condition to do that. Mentally slow, physically slow.
He needed to go up on that second turnbuckle and run right over to his corner and tag Ray.
That's exactly what he should have done.
Because right now he's on the receiving end again. The right hand slows down the Hitman. A boot in there, an elbow, trying to get himself out of trouble. He's still in the wrong corner. And the Hitman now with a front face lock, trying to stop him from making the tag. Here comes the Anvil.
Tag made.
Tag was made. The referee did not see it. Oh. And once again, the double team effort.
Look at this move.
Oh, look at that.
280 pounds of sheer muscle and bone slamming into you, and Jack is down. Got it covered. Here it is.
Pressure could be all over. No, foot on the ropes.
Just managed to get that foot on the ropes. Otherwise, it was definitely all over there.
Mouth of the South going away a mile a minute as he smells victory for his team. And Jock in a whole lot of trouble.
Bret Hart tying him in the ropes, but
he's
he hasn't
not really hooked in there.
It didn't matter. He still doesn't have the energy or the strength to move. You know, we've been in this position before, and it's not easy to get your befuddled head to a point where it says tag, tag, tag. It is difficult.
Trying to fight back, but just too strong at this point in time. The Hitman, well executed. Backbreaker.
What a cruel move that was by Bret Hart.
There's that excellence of execution we talk about so much. Wasting a lot of time on the turnbuckle. Too much time as no one was there. Jock very close to his corner now. Raymond jumping up and down on the apron. Tag made, the Anvil's back in. He's not going to make it. Oh, yes, he did make it.
Oh, he's in.
Raymond in a house of fire, unloading with right hands.
Wow, look at the strength of Raymond now.
Anvil in 100 miles an hour. Oh, mule kick.
What a nice mule kick as well. Something Bret wasn't expecting. Another right-hander to the Anvil.
Heel out of the corner, drop kick by Raymond and the Anvil down. Watch the Hitman. He hasn't left the ring yet, Alfred.
No, he hasn't. He's just hanging on to that rope there. But Anvil in a lot of trouble. Look at him now. Jack is fresh and very strong and very alert.
Oh, the Hitman was still in there, and he got rammed by his own partner.
He got caught. And now this gives Raymond every chance to make a good winning move here if he can.
Could be all over. 1, 2. Wow.
Enough to get him out. Raymond should have snatched that leg and held it, because he's got a powerhouse in the ring with him, even though he's stunned and dazed.
Anvil in again, sleeper hold
he's got him.
by Raymond right in the center of the ring. Here comes the Hitman. Oh, clobbers Ray right in the back. Jacques coming in, he can't take it anymore, and he's right after the Hitman. It's a foot race around the corner here. Oh, action hot and heavy everywhere here in Madison Square Garden as pandemonium broken loose. Jacques down on the floor. In the meantime, Raymond in trouble in the ring. Oh, look at this double team effort.
That's a double team effort, but it is a team effort, and that's exactly what makes these.
Look at this shot from the outside.
Oh!
To the high sunset flip.
He's got it.
Raymond rolls out 1, 2. It's over.
Well done. What a fantastic move by the Rougeaus. Actually, he had him down there for a count of 6 or 7. I'm astounded.
Point of interest, Alfred, as the fans go bananas here in the Garden. Jacques, not the legal man in the ring. Let's get the official word.
He wasn't.
This contest, the Rougeau brothers.
Wow, after all the cunning and the sneakiness of the Hart Foundation, the Rougeau's outsmarted him. What are you looking for? Find something interesting in the WWF magazine?
Well, they list all the dolls here.
Right.
That are for sale, that are made by the
LJN Toy Company makes
Right.
those dolls, right.
My doll's not here.
You don't have a doll?
I do have a doll out.
Well,
I
where?
saw it the other day. I saw a kid walking down the street with my doll.
There's the list here, the dolls that are on the market right now. Bobby the Brain here. Blah, 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 blah. Look under W for Weasel. No, it's not there either.
No, look under B for Brain.
There isn't one there with your name on it. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, they got a doll out after me. It's got a blue shirt. It's got black pants.
Does it have a
It's got
tail?
a beautiful. Why would it have a tail?
Well, weasels have tails.
I'm not a weasel.
Oh, I thought maybe it was.
Now you're going to have people buying the doll and walking with stick-on tails trying
How
to
are they
make
going
a
to
floor.
buy it? They're not even on the
They
market.
are out on the market.
Well, wrestling fans, that wraps it up for this special Thursday edition of Prime Time Wrestling. Of course, next week we're going to be back on Tuesdays once again. What are you complaining about
Well,
now?
I have a right to complain. People.
Go ahead. Complain.
Okay, why isn't a picture of my doll in the book here? Why isn't it listed?
Why are you complaining to me about that? I don't produce the
Because
magazine.
you're the only person here that'll listen to me.
Oh, okay.
You won't even do that half the time.
I don't think you have a doll.
I
Can
do
you
have
prove
a doll.
that you
There
have
are
a
people
doll?
out there that have bought them. I've seen the dolls out there. I just want to be treated with some
Why
respect.
don't you bring us one and let's show everybody it?
Okay, Big Mouth. Next week,
Okay.
next Tuesday night, I will have my doll out here. I will have the phone out here again. That is going to be working, I've been guaranteed. I will talk to LJM. I will talk to
LJN. not
LJN,
N.
that's what I said.
Okay, let's get it straight. And you're promising us right now that next week on Prime Time, next Tuesday night, you're going to have your doll out here.
That's correct.
And your telephone.
Right. And I'll let you know why my picture of my doll is not in this magazine. And I will show everybody that I do have a doll, and it is tailless. It's not funny.
We will be enlightened next week.
You like to have a tail?
On Prime
Gorillas
Time
have
Wrestling
tails?
by Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Call me an animal.
He's going to have his doll and his telephone. So until then, until next
Don't say it
Tuesday,
that way. It makes it sound
here
like
on
I'm 3
Prime
years
Time,
old.
Gorilla,
And my secretary,
for the
Miss
tail,
Betty, will have proof that
saying
I have
so
a doll.
long. Miss Betty.
Yes, that's my secretary.